Amrit Mahotsav. Yeah. And good to have you back. Sairam. Please start.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna, Gopika Jeevana Smaranam Govinda, Govinda, Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Srikanto Maturo Yastagami Sarvamandra Gunakaha Sankaro Devaha Sambande Kunjaranam Makundam Nallamanamunda Mamadaral Nokundam Nemuningade Kundu Tupar Trivekayam Padam Tapamaikar Vardamakke and the Sunu Dadidam Sabhavayantam Satadri and Devam Gurudevatvam Krista Premarasapadam Kalaye Sundaradaram Sarika Priyadarsanam Ajnanasatam Devam Sadgurum Ravidaram Kadikalostitam Dharmam Navasankirtanatmakam Dinetam Avatirnantam Premam Sadgurum Vaje Sarmadhyasya Gatonvaya Viharsasarkye Sadisnasparat Tene Brahmahidayadikavaye Mukhyanti Yassurayaham Tejo Varibhram Yada Vivayo Yatra Sargo Mritha Dhamna Sena Sada Nirasta Bhotam Satyam Param Dhimahi Dharma Prodhidavairavatra Paramo Nirbhatsaranam Satam Vedyam Vastavamatra Shivadam Tapatrayon Moolanam Srimad Bhagavate Mahamudrite Kimva Parairi Sprah Tadyo Hridyavarjade Atratidhi Sistu Sudhustaksanat Vigamatalipator Galitam Phalam Sukamuka Dabhadravasanyutam Srimad Bhagavatam Rasamalagam Muraho Rasitaha Pribavukaha Yam Prabrajantam Anupedam Apeta Sityam Jaipajano Virahakatara Aduhava Putre Titannagataya Taravo Vivetu Tam Sarva Bhuta Hridayam Munimanato Maharajanam Namaskritya Naram Chaivanarottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jagamudiraget Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanayaka Kanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Krishnaya Vasudevaya Harage Paramatmane Pradaklesanasaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Visantu me Devadaya Tidiyaha Daya Tarangani Karakataksha Tostre Pumsam Amritam Sarantim Saraswatim Samsitakamadhenum Sri Harage Namaha Sri Harage Namaha Sri Harage Namaha Gopika Jeevanasmaranam Govinda Govinda Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. By the grace of Srimati Sriman Narayana, we are blessed to have a wonderful text on Srimad Bhagavatam. The word Bhagavatam means Bhagavata Proktam iti Bhagavatam. The tales which are relevant, which are pertain to Bhagavan's glories itself is Bhagavatam. Apart from that, Bhagavat Bhaktaha Proktam iti Bhagavatam. That's also another meaning, which means that collection of tales of Bhagavan's Ananya devotees, Bhagavan's single-minded devotees is also Bhagavatam. It makes Bhagavatam very, very, very proud. As Bhagavan said that apart from praising my glories, he would be very pleased only when if he praised Bhagavan's dear devotees. As Naham Vasavi Vaikunte, Sayogi Hridage Nau, Madbhaktaha Yatra Gayanti, Tatavistami Narada. He said, I won't be in Vaikunta, as well as I won't be in Yogi's heart. I won't dwell in his heart, even though he did yoga abhyasa, even though he did studious practices. I won't be in his heart. Where you can find me, Madbhaktaha Yatra Gayanti. In which place, at which place my devotees sing, at which place devotees pray to me, with single-minded devotion. At that place, I will be easily identified. Satadistami Narada. At that place, I will be there. As in Bhagavad Gita, 12th chapter is full of bhaktas, full of bhakti yoga. In the bhakti yogam, each and every place a sloka is said, Yome Bhaktaha Same Priyaha. It means by indirectly praising his devotees, especially Gopis, Prahlada, And all those devotees he indirectly praised by keeping them in mind. Even though bhakti is the simplest as well as the best way to attain Bhagavan, Bhagavan is impartial. Even though he possesses so many qualities that he cannot be determined, his power cannot be defined, and, and as well as his presence cannot be uh, set in a concise way. His presence cannot be measured as said in Vedas. Etovacho nivartante apraha pyamanasa saha. Bhagavan's divine gunas and Bhagavan's divine quality, divine gunas, as well as his divine form, cannot be determined by our own mind, as well as cannot be viewed from our own brain, and cannot be thought, cannot be spoken from our own words, as said in Vedas. So, Bhagavan had so much qualities, but he had one special quality, that is, he is Sarva Sulabha. He is always impartial and is easy to be worshipped, as is easy to be accounted. So since he is Sarva Sulabha, he is also impartial, which was doubted by Asuras, as well as King Parikshit too also doubted that Bhagavan was impartial. He was also, even though he was fortunate to see Bhagavan in his womb, who gave him the vision, the truth, at the signs of thumb, as said in Vedas. Angustamartha Purusho Angusta Samasutaham Isha Sarvasya Jagata Prabhukrati Vishwabhuk. That's about Bhagavan's divine form. He may be either the size of thumb or as in or as the incarnation of Vamana, whose presence and whose size cannot be determined. As how we determine Ulagartha Perumal temple in Kanchipuram, whose size is 25 feet tall approximately. But when you see in Vamana Avadara, his height cannot be determined, and he has crossed all the three worlds. Since his name is Trivikrama, he can be either magnanimous, he can take a magnanimous form, or he can be a size of an atom. So Parikshit saw Bhagavan as a size of thumb with 4 hands, as said in Vedas. Even though he saw Bhagavan's divine form, as Vedas when told about his omnipresence as well as his immeasurable nature. Even though he also had a doubt that whether Bhagavan has showered affection only the side of Devatas, but he didn't show 1% of affection towards Asuras. That's what I heard previously. In Vitrasura's story, I only heard that Indra had only slayed Vitrasura. Only that I heard clearly. I didn't even take that into consideration that Vitrasura was single-mindedly, with his pious mind, worshipped Bhagavan. As well as he also praised Bhagavan, which I didn't hear it, which I didn't keep, I forgot that incident. And mind always constantly thinks that Bhagavan had affection towards Devatas. And Bhagavan only loved Devatas. So Bhagavan helped Devatas in Avarta Mantana, in turning the nectar. And as well as I only heard that Bhagavan only slayed Asuras with the help of Devatas by giving Indra a thunderbolt, Vajra. With the help of Vajra only he slayed Vitrasura. Only that I heard previously. But my mind didn't even, my mind is showing sorry figure towards Asura. That Asuras were not even been recognized by Bhagavan. So he asked this question. Samapriyas, as said in Bhagavathar. Samapriyas Suhud Brahman Bhutanam Bhagavan Swayam Indrasyate Katam Deityan Avadihi Vishamo Yatam. I find something strange on Bhagavan's qualities. You say, each and every stanza you say that Bhagavan is impartial and is easily to be worshipped, and he can be easily learned. In every stanza you say about his divine glories, his divine mahima. But my mind couldn't take at that instant, at that moment, my mind couldn't take. But how do you say Bhagavan is impartial? How do you say Bhagavan showed affection towards Asura too? How do you say? Which he asked question to Sukha Brahma. And Sukacharya, by hearing his question, he was pleased. And at last he confronted Parikshit by saying that you had a doubt on previous story of Vitrasura. And he further added, he said, O king, Vitrasura, by his steadfast, by his pious devotion, he attained the permanent position. Even though he lost the battle, even though he was slayed by Indra's divine Vajra, divine thunderbolt, even though he was slayed, but by his devotion, he had won the battle, he had won the actual battle. And look at the case of Indra. If you look at the case of Indra, that too very deeply, even he had won the battle. He was actually the actual loser in that battle. As after he won over Vitra, he had attained the instantaneous position, that is Surga. As Bhagavan said, Tetvam Bhuktva Surgalokam Vishalam Kine Punye Matyalokam Vishanti Gita. If a person goes to Surga, that the pleasures he would enjoy would be temporary, would be instantaneous. Then once the pleasures got over, once his punya account got over, he would come back to Matyaloka. He would come back to this Mother Earth. He would be reborn as different creature. Like that, Indra attained the instantaneous portion, which will get demolished once Mahaprayam occurs. By hearing this, Vitrasura, by hearing this, Parikshit was bit convinced. And Sukha Brahman further elaborated how Bhagavan showed impartiality and how Bhagavan's impartiality towards Asura clan. In the Asura clan, Prahlada was king. How he showed impartiality towards Prahlada. In that, from that only Prahlada Charitram originated in 7th canto. So how Bhagavan showered affection, how Bhagavan showered compassion towards Prahlada, who was demon by birth. He further added that it was narrated by Narada to Yudhishthira on the occasion of Radhasuya sacrifice. That was the reason for his coronation of the Indraprastha kingdom. During that event, before conducting the sacrifice, Yudhishthira first offered due respect to Lord Krishna under the request of his grandfather Bhishma Pitamaha and his uncle Vidura. Yudhishthira continued it by taking them as a prime decision, and it was approved by all those kings who were saved by Yudhishthira from Jarasandha. And all those kings approved, except one had opposed, who was none other than Shishupala, king of Chedi, prime foe of Lord Krishna. He condemned Yudhishthira's act and he humiliated Krishna pugnaciously in front of all those kings. If you look at Krishna, he was unperturbed by hearing Shishupala's humiliation, by hearing Shishupala's unparliamentary words, that too in a public place, that too in a big hall. He had humiliated Krishna. But all those kings who couldn't tolerate Shishupala's words, harsh words, they were in the position to wage war with him. But Krishna stopped them. The moment when he exceeded 100th word, when he exceeded the words which crossed 100, that too not under his control, anonymously, that too not under his control, then Lord Krishna took his discus wheel, took his Sudarsana Chakra and beheaded Shishupala in front of everyone. And after that, from his body, the Jiva merged into Krishna's divine form. By seeing this divine sight, Yudhishthira was perplexed that yogis would attain that position because of their divine sadhana, because of their divine vairagya, because of the divine vairagya, as they got detached from the worldly pleasures as well as from the kith and kin, everything they have detached. So they must be in a position, they must be, so they are to attain that salvation for them. It is not a big, not an ordinary thing. So they are in the position to attain the salvation. But in case of Shishupala, he didn't do any practice, spiritual practice. He didn't do any meditation, and he didn't even sing Bhagavan's divine glory. That too in a hall, he humiliated Krishna. And how could he attain that at the stage which yogis had attained? The kind of doubt had arose from Yudhishthira, and he immediately told Narada about that. When Narada, looking at Yudhishthira's question, he was very convinced, and he said, there are different kind of devotees, different people, different devotees had worshipped Krishna, had lured Krishna in different angles. Which Narada said, Gopyat Kamad Bhayat Samsaha Veshyat Chaidya Dayo Dripaha Sambandhat Vrishaya Snehat Yuyam Bhaktya Bayam Vibhoho. He said, Gopyat Kamad. Gopis attracted Krishna by their unconditional love, by their by their unconditional love and by their divine devotion. Even though they even sacrifice the kids, the livelihood for the sake of Krishna. In that way, why? Because the flute which Krishna played attracted them. That has made them forget whatever things they had and whatever possessions they carried in their own mind. And that divine flute voice, the divine flute nadam had made them forget their own self. As Gopika said in Gopika Gitam, Tavakatavritam, Tapta Jivanam, Kavi Viridam, Kalmashapaham, Savana Mangalam, Srimadantaham, Bhuvi Grinantite, Burida Janaha. And as a result, Tavakatavritam, Tapta Jivanam, by hearing your Thai glories, by contemplating on the divine form, the Tapta Jivanam, that is our livelihood, other than taking care of my father-in-law, other than taking care of my son, other than taking care of my husband, as well as my grandson. Whatever, if I shower affection to them, I won't get in return. But if I shower affection to you, you would show your utmost compassion and your karuna sagra, and your compassion is cannot be determined as how you can't determine the length of ocean, and how you can't determine the end as well as the origin as well as the end of ocean. Like that, your glory cannot be elaborately said by my own words. Avakatavritam Tapta Jivanam, Kavipuridam Kalmasapaham. And by hearing your glory, you get something special. What's that? Kavipuridam Kalmasapaham. Whatever dirt we have accumulated previously in our Prahlada karma, as whatever we have accumulated in our previous karmas, all get wiped out, and we are as well as our mind is being cleansed in a state of prema bhakta. To those who worship Krishna with affection, but in case of sadhana bhaktas, those who worship Krishna with practice, by the steadfast practice, for them to wipe the dust inside our wipe the dust which we possessed previously in the previous birth, which is a Herculean task for those who do sadhana, those who do practice. For them, for their previous karma, for their previous duties, for their previous results to be vanished, how can they get them vanished? Only by Guru's grace. Guroho anugraheneva puman purnaha prashantaya. Only by Guru's grace. How could we get Guru's grace? Only by in mere satsanga. Only by this religious gathering. By this religious gathering, then Guru will look at how far and how effective and how at which place you are qualified to attain the spiritual stage. By looking at thy qualification, Guru will accept you. By acceptance, you would be overflowed. Ambukul Avipor, Ambur Anbarku arrange Arul Arunachala. Ramana Bhagan said, Kantam Irumpur, Kavarndi Yenai Vidamal, Kalandi Yenodi Irupa Arunachala. Like if you look at a piece of magnet, the magnet has the power to attract iron pieces. Kantam Irumpur. Kantam is magnet. In Tamil. The magnet attracts those iron as well as steel rod. It does not leak because iron has a special property as it has an attraction. It is highly electromagnetic. Even though it is temporary magnetic, but iron has a power to get attracted by magnet. Attracted by the magnet. Kantam Irunpol Kavandi Yenai Vidama. Kavandane Vidamal Kalandi Yenodi Irupaya Arunachala. Like that, oh Guru, oh Arunachala, you must attract me. You are the magnet. You have the center of gravity. By your attraction, you must join me in your own satsanga. By joining me in all satsanga, you must not leave me. You must shower your utmost compassion. You must shower our utmost compassion, utmost affection till my days are counted. Till that you have to like that Guru would attract us. Like Guru would attract us, and then we would get his blessings as well as his powers. So by in that way, our mind as well as our activities will be cleansed for sadhana bhakta. But in case for prema bhaktas and gopis, their mind got cleansed because they were under the feet of Lord Krishna. 24/7, their mind was inclined on Lord Krishna. Even though they sold curd, even though they sold butter, Govinda Damodara Mataveti. At that time, if a curd seller approaches you, what do you say? Please buy this curd. Please take this curd. At that time, if you see in case of gopis, even though they were selling curd physically, externally, but their mind as well as their words like chanting Bhagavan's divine Nama. In that way, Gopya Kama, Gopya Kamate. Gopis attract Lord Krishna by the unconditional love. Bhayat Kamsaha. Kamsa attained the same position, the same Saidya, the same Vaikunta by fear, in means of fear. Each and every incident from the day before, from the day when he heard from that, when he heard the speech from the heaven, it has said, Asta, Asyasva, Astamo Garbha, Antaya Vahase Abudha. O fool, you would be slayed by your own sister, to whom you showed utmost affection, to whom you showed to whom you arranged their marriage, to whom you are currently charioteering. From her, the eighth child will be your angel of death. By hearing that, Kamsa was trembled, and on that time itself, he was constantly thinking of Lord Krishna. So the day he sat on his throne, the day he had lunch, the day he had dinner, the day he went for walking, till that time 24/7 he was constantly thinking of Lord Krishna. And that is the reason where even though he was slayed when Krishna was at the age of 10, and Lord Krishna has given him a Sayudhya, Lord Krishna has given him his own form to Kamsa. The day he got slayed, at the time he got slayed, he had attained that same Sayudhya, that same form which Lord Krishna has, which Lord Krishna is in Vaikunta, is in his own abode. How did he attain? By means of fear. By means of fear, our mind gets inclined. We won't think of anything. Whatever pleasures we might have, whatever sorrows we may face, we may give primary importance only to the fear. If a person has a toothache, whatever money you give him and whatever food you give him, his mind will constantly think that I have toothache, I have problems, and I have everything, which he will constantly think and will constantly repress on that feeling, like that Kamsa had. Whatever accordities he had, and how he was constantly praised by his own ministers, his mind was not inclined. His mind was inclined on Lord Krishna, for the past 24/7 hours, for the past 3,650 days. His mind was constantly thinking on Lord Krishna. In that way, he attained the divine abode by means of fear. Bhayat Kamsaha. Then Veshyat Saidya Dayon Nripaha, and Shishupala and other kings attained the same stage by means of hatred, and they considered Krishna as an underdog, and by constant humiliation they attained that same stage. Then Sambandha Jisnaya Sneha. His relatives saw Lord Krishna as a powerful person, as an authoritative person in their own clan. As Kulasekara Alva said, Jayatu Devaha Vishni Vamsa Pradeepaha. You are the limelight of the Vishnu clan. Since you are the limelight of Vishnu clan, you must be in a position to save me from this samsara. Jayatu Devaha Vishni Vamsa Pradeepaha. By saving me from this from the samsara, then bhave bhave gatayamavne bhaveyam bhavantam. And by thinking in that way, by saving me from the samsara, then I would develop, my mind would be motivated. And I would always think about you 24/7 by not indulging in worldly pleasure. Kulasegara said in Mukunda Mala, Vishnu Vamsa Pradeepaha. Vishnu saw him as a powerful person, as an authoritative person. Whatever problems arose from them, they would first report to Lord Krishna. In that way, they saw him as a powerful person. Then, Yuyam Sneha Yuyam Bhaktya Vayam Vivo. And you worshipped Krishna as your own well-wisher, and you have attracted him by thy affection. And we all attracted Lord Krishna by bhakti, by means of bhakti, by seeing him as a supreme personality of God. As in ISKCON, each and every translation they use this word, supreme personality of God. Yuyam Bhaktya Vayam Vivo. By telling them, Narada told the secret of birth of Shishupala by narrating the story of Jaya and Vijaya. One day, Sanat Kumara came to Vaikunta to have a splendid darshan of Sriman Narayana. They were, the moment when they entered the Vaikunta, the doors of Vaikunta, they were forbidden by Jaya and Vijaya. Even though by hearing their harsh reply, they pleaded and they requested them, but they refused. Them again and again. It antagonized the Sanat Kumara. They don't know how to treat a sadhu. For them to teach them a lesson, they cursed him. They cursed them to take birth in this mother world, this Bhuloka, for 3 periods as demons, Asura. Both gatekeepers, they both to Sriman Narayana. The moment when Narayana entered, when he entered the doors of Vaikunta, both gatekeepers fell on Sriman Narayana's feet. And he in turn apologized to 4 Kumaras as well as gatekeepers for not informing them and as well as for delaying them. Then by hearing Bhagavan Sanat Kumara's prayers, Bhagavan was pleased and he blessed them. After that, Bhagavan gave 2 conditions to those Jaya and Vijaya. First condition was when you both descend on this mother earth, they must be his friends for 7 periods. For 7 periods and later attain their respective position. By hearing that, they were dumbstruck. They don't know what to say. We can't even, we are inseparable. We are null without you. We need your presence, our fortune. And we are fortunate to look at thy form. And what do you expect? We can't live without you. In this world, everything is zero according to me. If you are there, the value will be 100 or either 1000. The value may be the value to be raised will be either 100 or 1000. So we need your presence, and we don't want the time period very long. We want it very short. So and they also requested Bhagavan to tell the second condition. Bhagavan then said, when you both descend on the earth, they must be his foes. You must be our enemy, a prime enemy, the prime antagonist. By being my prime antagonist, the moment when you die in this mother earth, you would immediately attain Vaikunta. First place will be given to you. Then only later we would come. Which they excited and accepted the curse as a blessing in disguise. As a result, in Krita Yuga they came as Hiranyaka and Hiranyakashipu. Then in Treta Yuga they came as Ravana and Kumbhakarna. And currently, which you saw right now, Shishupala being beheaded. In Dwapara, that Jaya Vijaya came as Shishupala and Dantamukta. By enlisting their secrets, by enumerating their birth secrets, Narada shown their deaths in a concise way. Yudhishthira wasn't satisfied that why he came here to listen Prahlada Charitram. And why are you saying about Jaya Vijaya's incarnation as well as Shishupala's death elaborately? I want you to say Prahlada's divine story. In that way, we will get inspired. We will do more and more bhakti. We will take it in affirmative approach. So Yudhishthira said, Vidvisho Daite Putre Katamasi Mahamani Brujime Bhagavan Nena Prahladasya Asudatpana. By hearing Yudhishthira's request, by hearing Yudhishthira's plea, Narada was overjoyed. He was then overjoyed with tears overflowing from his own eyes as he was talking about his own student who was exceeded him in devotion and how much trauma he has faced. from his father of Hiranyakashipu, by not seeing him as a toddler. His age was at 5 years old. By correcting him in a positive way, so then he would be in a position to attract his own principles. Instead of correcting him, he has tortured him. He has attempted to kill him. Even though he was attempted to kill him, Prahlada didn't even kill his death. Prahlada respected his father. He has seen his own father as Sriman Narayana himself. And everywhere, by doing bhakti, everywhere he saw Bhagavan. Yomam pachati sarvatra, sarvam samai pachati, tasyaham na pranashyami, tatamena pranashyami. Bhagavan said in Gita, of those devotees who see God everywhere. Yomam pachati sarvatra. From the first thing they see Bhagavan in the divine form. Then sarvam samai pachati. Then they see Bhagavan in Bhagavan's omnipresence. Then Tatyahamna Pranashyami, Tatamena Pranashpati. To those devotees who fail to see me, as well as who fail to determine my omnipresence, they would never ever see me forever. They would never ever see me forever. Then Narada started the story of Prahlada Charitram first by narrating Hiranyaksha's Vadam. When Hiranyaksha was played by Bhagavan in the form of Bhagavan who incarnated in the form of boar as Shvetavaraha, his brother, swears to take revenge on Hari by taking his blood. But the moment when I kill him, I will offer my blood to make my brother's soul to rest in peace. And he confronted his mother Priti. Under his preceptor Shukracharya's request, he did a severe penance on Brahma, which disturbed the entire cosmic universe and generated heat on Deva's mind, Deva's heart, and they couldn't tolerate this humid temperature. Like how we couldn't tolerate the humid temperature in the month of May, as well as in the month of Adi, previously before the occasion of Krishna Janmashtami, 1 month before was Adi. At that time, we couldn't tolerate such intense heat, like the Devas couldn't tolerate that intense heat. When a person does severe presence, when a person like Hiranyakashipu, when Rakshasa like Hiranyakashipu does severe presence, they couldn't tolerate the intense heat, the intense humid temperature there. So they sent those damsels to distract them. As well as they showered rain on him, and they showered as well as they sent tornadoes to disrupt his penance. All those practices went in vain. They didn't vain. They all opposed Brahma, and Brahma accepted the request and appeared before Hiranyakashipu by tracing his mind stability and asked him what boon he wants. By looking at Brahma, he first praised Brahma, and the primary boon was he must be an immortal. He doesn't want to be killed. He doesn't want death to be faced in his own hand. It was refused by Brahma as he was in the position to be, as he was mortal, that to high degree compared to us. As Acharya said, Brahmadi Vipilikantam Suprota Jagat Sastine in Manisha Panchakam. Brahmadi Vipilikantam. That from Brahma to ant, Brahmadi, Brahma means Brahma. Vipilika means ant. From Brahma to ant, God is manifested everywhere. So it is our prime duty, by not looking whatever caste, whatever creed a person was born, we must look at his knowledge. Kandalosu, Guru Vidyesa Manisha Mama. That is different topic. Guru Vidya Yesa Manisha. By looking at Kandala, he bored undoubtedly. He heard Acharya mention Brahmadi Pradivigam. From Brahma to the very far creature like ants was etc. God is manifested everywhere. And Brahma is the first Jiva. First, God gives respect to Brahma. Then only he comes towards us. Brahma and all Devatas, they were in the first position. Then only Bhagavan comes to us. Then only Bhagavan will come to us. Then Hiranyakashipu was that time very sad, and he had an idea of defying the existence of God by asking many boons from his death. From at what stage he must not attain death. from what place he must not attain there, from what are the accommodation, what are the weapons which would be responsible for his own death, which he asked everything. From that each and every case, he said he must not be killed at that instant, from that position, till his power, he he asked the power to expand all over the universe. By hearing this, Brahma was trembled, and Brahma was dumbstruck, and at last blessed him and disappeared. That's what Devatas would do. They won't think, but Bhagavan would think. Periya Singasathilendru Yam Vandu Karyam Aarayundu Arulero Empavai. As Anda said in Tiruppagai, Bhagavan would be in a majestic position. Even though if he is in a majestic position, he would be easily approached by Bhaktas. Yam Vandu Karyam Aarayundu. By what duty? By what purpose which they did towards Bhagavan? By what penance, for what reason they did towards on Yamanda Karyam Arayande? By looking at it very deeply, and at last he would impart the grace towards them. With Brahma, with this kind of thinking wasn't applicable to Brahma, and he didn't even have that much mind compared to Bhagavan. So Brahma gave him the boon and he disappeared. Then by using this boon as a prime advantage, he put torture the celestial gods, Devatas, and all other living beings. By using his power, he ruled the whole universe. Many commentators said, then it was put search for Bhagavan. At last he searched for Bhagavan. Where is God? Where is God? He searched everywhere with his mace holding on one hand. He searched everywhere and he went to Vaikuntha. When he went to Vaikuntha, he only saw Adikesha. He only saw all those devotees who would serve Bhagavan. Garuda, Vistakshena, and all those devotees who are serving Bhagavan. At that time they asked, where was Hari? And where he is? I won't even spare him. I want you to tell his presence, which he threatened them. And there was no question. And they said that Bhagavan is here. Go and fight, go and wage war with him. They said in a jovial way. Hiranyakashipu couldn't digest it, as he couldn't see Bhagavan. As Bhagavan used that advantage, as he was searching Bhagavan each and everywhere outside. So Bhagavan used that advantage of his defying nature, and he went inside his own heart. In that way, he hid his divine form, as many commentators say, at that instant. So, since he couldn't find Bhagavan, since he failed to detect Bhagavan's presence, he further tortured all the rishis, all the mendicants who were performing yajna, who were chanting Bhagavan's divine nama to before God's heaven, and he made them, and he forced them, and he imposed them to chant his name. Wherever Hari's name was uttered, he wanted people to worship him as God. Hence, there was poverty, famine in heaven, and yajnas, all those sacrifices were done in the name of Hiranyakashipu. So, whatever prices, whatever commodity, whatever things to be transported to Devaloka, they weren't transported. As a result, there were poverty and famine in Devaloka. They all went along with Brahma and prayed to Sriman Narayana by chanting Purya Sutta. The moment they chanted Purya Sutta by chanting divine Vedic Suttas, Bhagavan appeared in front of him. And they all complained his atrocities, and they couldn't tolerate his tyranny. Even though they couldn't tolerate his tyranny, they all cried to Bhagavan, and Bhagavan confronted them by saying them to tolerate them for few years. At that moment, until the day, if he torture his own son, who is the Parama Bhagavata, who is a big devotee, if he torture his own son, that would be his date of departure, and that would be his doomsday. Then Devatas were relieved, and they all waited at the moment when he would torture his own son, and when he would find his jaws of death, and when we would be under the jaws of death. That time they waited at that moment, and they tolerated Hiranyakashipu's suffering. And Narada further said Hiranyakashipu had 4 sons. Of them, Prahlada was the youngest. He had the best qualities. Brahmanyaha, Shilakam Pannaha, Satyasandodhikendriyaha, Atmavat Sarvabhutanam, Ekaha Priya Suhuttamaha. He was Brahmanyaha. He had the qualities of what a good Brahman or a Sat Brahman must have. He had that quality. He was at par with the Brahmins. Ramanyaha, Shila Sampannaha. He was of good, he had good conduct. Satyasandaha, Satyasando Jitendriyaha. He didn't stray away from his own principles, as well as he always worshipped the truth. Satyasandaha, Jitendriyaha. He had full control over his own senses. Atmavatu Sarvabhutanam. Atmavat Sarvabhutanam. He saw everywhere. He saw even though the person was very weak, mentally weak, physically strong, as well as physically weak and mentally strong. Those kind of people, he treated each and every individual as his own brother. Like how Rama was, the same thing Prahlada was like that. Like Rama, Prahlada was like that. Atmavat Sarvabhutana, Eka Priyas Suttamaha. He saw everyone as their own friend. Even as a young boy, at the tender age of 5, his mind was inclined on Bhagavan himself. Each and everywhere he saw Bhagavan. As days rolled by, Hiranyakashipu developed grudge towards Prahlada and tried to kill him. This Narada told. By hearing this, Yudhishthira was surprised. He was out of words. He couldn't say. He was taken aback, and he said, "How could a father do that? If a child goes in a wrong path, if a child engages his life in adharmic ways, the prime duty of the father is to condemn his act, as well as show him what is good, what ought to be followed, and what ought not to be followed. That is the prime duty. By scolding him, by giving him warning, and by means of his kind conduct, in that way, the child would be reformed. But in case of Prahlada, he was correct, was 100% correct in his own path. He didn't stray away from his dharma. He didn't stray away from his duty. He didn't stray away from his principles. He was a man of principles. And how could he be threatened? And how could he be killed? And how come such kind of father would think of killing him? And what has made Hiranyakashipu to start an attempt of killing Prahlada? And what has made him to drive him to such an extent of killing Prahlada? It is that Etat Kautuhalam Brahmanne Aspakam Vidama Prabho Itu Putra Yadveso Maranaya Pradhavijan. And that has been a prime reason of Hiranyakashipu, of his own death. And how could he develop grudge towards Prahlada? And Narada said, Asuras wanted Sukracharya, his preceptor Sukracharya, as a purohit to guide Prahlada. But Sukracharya knew about Prahlada, that he was a great devotee, and his mind was inclined on Sriman Narayana. So, by showing him the wrong path, we would be punished by Yama, and we would be punished by Bhagavan. In order to evade from this punishment, we would say some reason. We would convince Hiranyakashipu by saying that I am going for a pilgrimage, which I do often, that I'm going for I'm got to go for pilgrimage. So, and Hiranyakashipu was, when would we come? The day which I thought, when Nar Lasimha comes, at that time I will come. Which Sukracharya told Hiranyakashipu, and he sent to his two sons, Chanda, Amarta, to tutor Prahlada, to mentor Prahlada. And even though Prahlada and Hiranyakashipu sent Prahlada to school, even though Prahlada learned everything from them, his mind didn't accept the teaching. His mind was asked, why? Because whatever they say was full of worldly pleasures. To enjoy this worldly pleasure, we are studying this education. That's what our education is. Why we are studying, and why we are studying, and why we are doing this, education, and why our minds are getting engrossed in this education. For what reason? Two reasons. One, to get our basic commodities: food, money, shelter, nice bungalow, nice car, and everything we would get. That accommodations are accommodated by dogs, by cats, by all the living creatures. They also have the same thinking to grow a lot of kids, to beget a lot of kids, as well as to take care of them, as well as they also long for food, and they also long for shelter, and they also long for a better place for them to have rest. If you burst some characters, you see dogs running away. Everywhere dogs would run away. and all those creatures would find it hazardous, and they couldn't hear as if the lightning was struck on their ears. They couldn't tolerate those crackers noise. As, as a result, they would stray from one place to another, and they don't have the freedom to wander from one place to another. If they go to another street, they would be chased by other dogs of entering into their street. It means how pathetic their life is. The same thinking the creatures would have, living creatures also have. But why Bhagavan has given this Manishya Deha, this Manishya body, this body as a human being? Why we are born as human being? Our prime purpose of being born as a human being is to do bhakti, is to think, uh, is to think by means of how to get our mind elevated in spiritual development. To such kind of mind, to such kind of practices, only to human beings it is given and it is possible, not to those living creatures. They can only think to such an extent of taking care of their own kith and kin. Only to that extent they can do. They can't do further beyond that. And Prahlada, by looking at their education, he was not convinced, and he was constantly chanting Bhagavan's Vidyanama. By chanting Bhagavan's Vidyanama, Pustagraha Ghidatpan Avedam Jagadidisam, Suracharya said, in just one word, he forgot the world, and he forgot his education, and he forgot the school which he was sitting there. Instead, he thought this school as a sabha. If he thought school as a congregation, religious congregation to be occurred. If he thought this school as a satsanga. So if many people, if people inquire him, if people call him to tell Bhagavan's gunas elaborately, then Prahlada would be in the position to tell. That story will be seeing right now. So even though Prahlada's mind wasn't inclined in the teaching, one day Hiranyakashipu called Prahlada. That time he had a holiday, school holiday, and he made him sit on his lap to tell what he had learned. Prahlada Nutyatam Tata Sodita Kinchuruttabam Kale Netava Ayushman Edashikshadu Guru Bhavan. Here he addressed Prahlada as Ayushman, live for long life, which we give Ayushman Bhava, which we tell our small children, like that, like how parents would bless their children, like how parents would carelessly make them sit in their own lap, and as well as ask them when they went to school for the first day, for the first time, when they asked them, and they would and what would parents would ask, what you have learned in school? If you learned everything in the school, for the past 5 to 6 hours, whatever you learned in the school, please tell me what you have learned in a concise manner. Don't tell Ramayana, don't tell Mahabharata to me. So the same thing here in the book told. What you have learned, tell me the core, and tell me the saram, and tell me what you have learned. By saying that, Prahlada was excited, and with utmost excitement he said, Sattadu Vadye Asura Vadya Dehinam Sada Samud Vitna Dida Asagrahad Uttatva Patam Gruhamandagubam Manangato Yet Harimastayeta. Like how a 60-year-old man would tell these kind of slokas. Prahlada said this sloka at the age of 5. Can you wonder? You wonder? At the age of 5, he told this sloka. Tattadu Madhye Asura Varya Dehinam. Asura Varya, he addressed this, he addressed Hiranyakashipu not as father, oh father. He addressed Asura Varya. That was attachment he had towards his own father. He was detached from his own world. He saw his father as his own deity. That's why he addressed Asura Varya, oh king of Asuras. What I have learned was Sada Samud Vikravya Asatihad. This world is null. This world is nothing. Whatever world we see is mirage. If we are in a position to accept a positive, if we are in a position to whatever merit and whatever credit and whatever pleasures we get, it is pressure to us. It is pressure to us that what kind of pressure it gives us. It gives what kind of pressure it gives us that how to handle it and how to maintain it. The kind of pressure it gives us. If you are a CM of your own state, if you are CM, at that moment you are happy. As a result, your pressure would surmount, as how to take care of this nation, how to take care of this country, and how to impose rules such that it would benefit the people, as well as it would benefit the environment, as well as it would benefit the whole world, as well as it would benefit thy own self. Like that, the mind would think, and it is a very difficult task. So, whatever pleasure we get, it is a pressure to us. Asada samuddigyadiyam asangrahate. So, in order to evade from this pressurous world, Kritvatpapatam Gruhamandabhutam, pressurizing world, Kritvatpapatam. So, this is a well, this is a hollow well. Kritvatpapatam Gruhamandakupam Vanam Gatoyat Harimatage. Leave your belonging, leave your belongings and put it under the feet of Sriman Narayana and go to the forest to contemplate on Bhagavan's divine form, which Prahlada told. That is the ultimate truth. By hearing this, Hiranyakashipu frowned at him. And by frowning at him, and at last controlled his temper, and he laughed very loudly to calm his mind. And he calmed his mind, and he threatened those two tutors of being foolish, of not showing him what is the right path. Show him the right path. And why are you making him utter my primary fourth name? And he was responsible for my brother's death. And how do you make him utter Bhagavan Nama from his mouth? And he, by yelling at him, they all were scared and they said, Namatpranitam na Parapranitam. I didn't even teach him. It came spontaneously from his mouth. And I also have the same doubt which you also have, that how come we have tried our best. We have tried our best to forget Hari. We have tried our best to forget our Sandhyavandaram. We have tried our best to forget everything and sacrifice everything and fell under your feet. And we don't know how to make him to attain that kind of state. And we are finding it very difficult. To your enemy, I am finding it very, very difficult. We don't know how to guide him. By saying that, who confronted them, by saying that he's a small boy. If you show him the right path, then he would fall under my feet. He won't go behind Hari. So Hiranyakashipu confronted those two young mentors and sent them to school. When they sent them to school, another holiday came, and Hiranyakashipu asked the same question to Prahlada, and Prahlada thought that my father couldn't understand what I said before, and that is the reason for him, that's the reason for his laughter, and that is the reason, and he wanted me to explain it elaborately. So that's the reason he laughed at me, as an innocent boy. And he said, Shavanam Kirtanam Vishnoho, Maranam Pada Sevanam, Archanam Vandanam Dasyam, Satyam Atmanivedanam, Iti Punsarpita Vishnoho, Bhaktiste Navarakshanaha. He mentioned 9 different ways to attain Lord. First is Shavanam, by hearing Bhagavan's divine glories. Then Kirtanam, by singing his gunas, by singing his qualities, and by singing his divine nama of a different name. If you sing about Rama, you say Janaki Rama, you say Dasharatha Rama, you say Kodanda Rama, you say Dasarathi, by calling different names, by addressing Rama of different names. In that way, that is also called Kirtanam. And Sparanam, by constantly remembering Bhagavan's glories, which you heard from your Upanyasam, if you heard it from discourse, if you heard it from a discourse given by big mendicants, Paranam, then Pada Sevanam, serving his feet with utmost humility, with zero ego. Then Archanam, worshipping him with good flowers. Then Vandanam, then bowing him. Then Dasyam, then by serving him. Then Sakyam, having a good attachment with Bhagavan. Then Atmanivedanam, offering oneself to Bhagavan. And these 9 ways, which is easy to follow, anything can be followed. Bhaktiste Navalakshanaha. These are 9 different ways to please Bhagavan. This Prahlada told him elaborately. By hearing this, Hiranyakashipu, and there was a peak compared to before his case, his anger was at peak, and he ordered his troops not to swear Prahlada, to teach him the good lesson about his power and about his power, and to understand how great his father was, to show him. So they taught him a lesson, as well as they attempted to kill Prahlada. As said in Narayanam, he said in just in one sloka, Shashulairaviddaha Subahumadido Diggajaganehi Mahasarpe Dusto Apyasana Garahara Vidutaha Girindra Bhaktitopi Ahaha Paramatman Naidivo Vaidyanathan Ibapi Nipida Abhajata. Narayana Bhattacharya mentioned all the problems which Prahlada faced in just one sloka. When you feel Bhagavatam, when you refer Bhagavatam, when you refer the columns of Bhagavata, each and the problems that are in just in two chapters. But Narayana Bhattacharya, Narayanam, there's a concise form of Srimad Bhagavatam told in just one sloka. The Shulera with he was hurled to Prahlada was pierced by the trident, as well as Subahupatido Dikvajagadehi, and he was pushed in the ground full of herd of elephants, as well as he was bit by the poisonous serpent. Mahasarpai Visto Apyasana Garahar Vibutaha, and Hiranyakashipu made his wife, his mother Kaya, to offer him offer him poison. And at last, Vivindra Bhaktitopi, he was thrown down from the mountain. Ahaha, Paramatmanaibo, by enlisting his problems. And Bhattacharya was surprised, and Bhattacharya exclaimed, Ahaha, Paramatmanaibo, and how he surpassed all those problems. Ahaha, Paramatman, by seeing you as an omnipresent form, by seeing you as immeasurable form, as in Sahasranama it said, Aprameya Namaha, your form cannot be measured. That's why in Vedas it said, Vibhu, Prabhu, Anubhu. Vibhu, you are everywhere. Since you are everywhere, your name is Vishnu. As in second Nama, Vishnave Namaha, Vishwam Vishnu, in Sahasranama. Since you are everywhere, since your name is Vishnu, since you are in everyone's heart, since Tamil you are called as Kadavul, எல்லார் மனசும் கடந்து உள்ள இருக்கார், அதனால அவருக்கு கடவுள்னு பேர். Since he is everywhere, since his name is Kadavul in Tamil, in everywhere Bhagavan is there. Since he was a bright devotee, he saw Vasudeva in everywhere. As a result, he didn't feel that pain, as well as he didn't even suffer. He didn't even suffer, and he surpassed all those problems. He had a backup that Bhagavan was everywhere. Since Bhagavan was everywhere, how can he cannot leave me? I have even determined that person. All by Narada's grace, I am able to see Bhagavan everywhere. By Guru's grace, I am able to see. Since if Guru has given me that kind of vision towards me, the divine vision to me, then it is Bhagavan's duty to save him or not. So it's Bhagavan's prime duty to save me. So what is the point of crying? And what is the point of getting scared by my father's tyranny, by my father's imbecile nature? And what's the point of feeling worried of my father's imbecility? So it's of no use, no. Then Bhagavan is there in front of me. Since it is his duty to save me, and that's the reason Prahlada was cool at that time. By looking at his calm nature, by looking at his calm nature, he was surprised that whatever efforts we did had gone in vain. And he thought, and he couldn't tolerate Prahlada's presence. And by looking, and I also tried to kill him once more. Even though he did a lot of attempts, he also tried, but he was pacified by Chanda and Amarka, his two tutors, that once more I would tutor him. I saw that my guru, my father Sukracharya will be coming. If Sukracharya comes to our, if he attended our own Patasala, then Prahlada will be fine-tuned and he will go under your feet. And I'll assure I'll do it. And even though he sent to school, those teachers had some duty. Chanda Bhatta had some duty, and they went. And the cycle gap, Prahlada called all those students, all those acquaintances who were studying with him, and he taught and he spoke about Bhagavan's gunas elaborately. And one person asked, and he said, Kaumaram Asare Pragya, Dharman Bhagavadaniha Dullamam Manusam Janma Tatapi Dhruvam Arthadam. And he said, beware, Kaumara Vajane Prakya. Right now, you have to do bhakti. Right now, you must keep your mind inclined towards Shiva Narayana himself. Dharman Bhagavadaniha. That is the Bhagavad Dharma. Dullavam Manusam Janma. Why? Because this Janma, this birth which you are having currently, this identity which you are having currently, Durlabam Manusam Dharma. It is Durlabam. It is very, very, very difficult. Tadapi Dhruvam Arthadam. As soon as it cannot be begot in the next Janma. In the next Janma, we don't even have that much knowledge of which creature you would be born, of which creature you would be born, of which creature you would roam the next birth. So better to avoid this. Better to avoid this situation. I am putting an red alert, like how doing the floods in my state Tamil Nadu, CM puts red alert. The same thing, Prahlada puts red alert to those devotees. He mentioned us. He used them as a medium to communicate to us. He didn't only mention those asuras. We are also asuras. If you see, why we are asuras means we have been deluded by our own self. By our own senses, we have been deluded. Asu Ramanti iti asuraha. One who gets deluded by your senses, hence he is an asura. So by advising her, he said, right now we have to do bhakti at a tender age, and whatever age you may be, you might have enjoyed all those worldly pleasures, and it has made you at the such stage, it has brought you in a sorrow stage. Even though you are in a sorrow stage, you must be steadfast in your own practices, which you have begot from your guru. If you begot from your guru, you have to continue it. If you have attended, if you got a positive report, you must not leave it. You must not sacrifice it. Sacrifice the practice. You must not sacrifice the practice. And by not sacrificing the practice, then you would attain the same state. Then you would attain by not sacrificing the practice, by not sacrificing the sorrows, by not partaking it, you have to be pious in your own practice. By being pious in your own practice, then you would attain that state, which Prahlada told, and they were all amazed and they were inspired. And I also wanted to attain the state, and they asked him, how did you attain the state effortlessly? And Prahlada replied, I attained all by my Guru Narada, all by my Guru Narada's grace. That time when my father, you all know, is the king of demons, he went for penance for several years by using that as a prime advantage. By using a prime advantage, Devas thought that they couldn't disturb Hiranyakashipu's penance, but they had an advantage of killing one person. They also had advantage of killing Junior Hiranyakashipu from Kayatu's heart, Kayatu's womb, by being hostile towards of his wife. The moment when the child was born, he would kill him, since he couldn't tolerate Hiranyakashipu's tyranny. And how far and how come he would tolerate this Junior Hiranyakashipu's tyranny? How could he tolerate this boy's tyranny? And how could he tolerate? He would be 10 times worse than Hiranyakashipu, and it will be difficult for us to slay him. It will be difficult for us to teach him a lesson. So it is the right time I would slay him. Devata head Indra went, and he grabbed Kayatu, who was half slept at the time. And by seeing that, Narada confronted him and he told, whatever you do is sin. You would accumulate lots of sin and you would leave your pedestal and you would be thrown down from Swargaloka. And to attain the Swargaloka, you must do lot of pariharam. You must do lot of practices to attain that. So please stop this practice. And he further added that the child in Kayatu's womb will be Parama Bhagavata. And by his devotion, by his steadfast devotion, he would make Hiranyakashipu to fall to death. He would make Hiranyakashipu to fall in his own death, to reap his own death. So better you leave him towards to me. And Narada took care of Kayatu for a lot of period, and he dropped her in his own ashram. At that time, Narada was talking. Narada was elaborately Narada gave a discourse elaborating Bhagavan's divine gunas. And by hearing Bhagavan's divine gunas, Kayatu fell asleep. Kayatu's mother fell asleep, and in that womb, Prahlada was listening to Narada's glories with undivided attention, and he further made and further what up Narada to tell him more and more elaborately like what to do. If a religious speaker speaks a lot of things, we shrotas, we audiences would have request him to reiterate, to tell him elaborately whatever topic he has given him. The next satsanga, we would request him to tell that topic elaborately. Like that, the same thing Prahlada did. He reiterated Narada to tell him Bhagavan Guna again and again. And Narada, with no remorse, with utmost compassion, told him Bhagavan's Guna elaborately, and he implanted Bhakti on Kayatu's fetus. As a result, he was born with devotion. And that is the reason for me of attaining at that stage, which Prahlada told those of children, and they all chanted Bhagavan Vidyanama. They all chanted Bhagavan Vidyanama by seeing that all those Purohits and all those mentors who came to mentor Prahlada, and they were in turn being mentored by Prahlada himself, and they also chanted Bhagavan's Vidyanama anonymously and anonymously. But even though they chanted Bhagavan's Vidyanama anonymously, and they reported when they came to their own senses, they reported to Hiranyakashipu. When they reported to Hiranyakashipu, Hiranyakashipu was totally annoyed, and he came in a position and he thought that my son has lost faith in me. My son has lost faith in me. I'm a bad father to him. So it is my prime duty to make him understand, to defy Bhagavan's presence, and to show him that I am there. That too with my power and with my command, I would make him my own slave, which Hiranyakashipu thought. At the same time, he was amazed that whatever boons which I got from Brahma, were thrown successful to Prahlada, and whatever I did, it has become effective to my Prahlada. I asked that I must not be killed upstairs, I must not be killed downstairs, but it has been successful to Prahlada. If I hurl him down if I push him down from the mountain, he wasn't killed. And if I pushed him down to the herd of elephants as well as to the poisonous serpent, he wasn't killed. If I pushed him into the fire, he wasn't killed. If I pushed him into the ocean, he wasn't killed. Everywhere I tried, each and everywhere, nook and corner, I asked boons from Brahma. It has proven effective to him, and I am losing my own powers, and that has made me annoyed. And he addressed Prahlada. And addressed Prahlada. Vyaktam hi mattu kamosi, yotimatram vikattase, umurtunam hi mandatman, anuslahu viplava giraha, yaspaya mandabhagyo, madgabhagyo te, madanyo jagadishwaraha, vaso in the Sarvatra, Kasmat Samde Nagriskare, Debolo, Nrsimha Bhagwan ki jai, Prahlada Vardhan ki jai, vaso in the Sarvatra, Kasmat Samde Nagriskare. He spoke harshly. You have came here to kill my clan, and you have came here, you spoiled brat. And how come you could speak about Bhagavan in front of me? How could you say he's there? In which pillar is there? You have to answer me point to point. You must not beat around the bush. I want the answer. That too, it must come. I must see him on my own eyes. I must not be assumed. You must not assume, and you must not visualize and say that Bhagavan is there. You have to tell me. You have to tell me where is Hari. Which Hiranyakashipu asked with audacity. And Prahlada coolly told. He told him the calm and a composed mind. Kevalam me bhavatasya rajan Savai Balam Balina Chaparesham, Pare Varevi, Sirajangamame, Brahmado Yena Vasam Panitaha. And you say, that you control the 74 yugas, you control the entire cosmic universe. As far as you have, as Brahma was debted to you, and all those devas were debted to you, it would be said only by the fools, as they, even though they couldn't win over their own karma, their own, they couldn't have win over the malice, their anger, as well as jealousy, as well as all those qualities which are hidden internally. If a person fails to win over his enemies internally, then whatever wealth he has accumulated, and whatever merit, credit he has accumulated, and whatever name and fame accumulated, everything, and whatever fame accumulated, other than that, if a person talks about it, if a person plans about it, he's none other than a fool himself. It's Prahlada told, "Na kevalam me bhavadasya rajanne," and understand, oh king of Asuras, understand, Tavai Balam Balinam Taparesha, his strength is manifested everywhere. He's under me. From his presence, I am elaborating Bhagavan presence. From his presence, I am elaborating his own presence. And from his presence, he has given you a strength. He has given you an audacity to question me. Understand. Don't be a fool. This Prahlada cautioned his own father. Amit is cautioning. Didn't pay heed to him. And he said, also is a Sampatra Kasma again he told that stop your stupid talk. Stop your stupid talk, which you call it very knowledgeable. Stop it. I want hurry. I need to know where is hurry. But I'll ask you one question. You must very well, you must answer it. You didn't answer my own question previously, but you must answer this question. Whatever I'm asking you, where would Hari would be? That is the simple question. And if Hari is not there, if he's there, I'll appreciate you. If he is not there, and right now I have a sword in my own hand, I will behead you at that moment. Will he come and save you? Will he break this pillar and save you? At that time, will he save you? He told, and he said, and Narayaniam the same time said, Hare Kwasau, Sagala Jagadatma Hariditi, Sarante Prabhinne Vastambam, Sarita Karavalo, Purisudaha, Atapasta Vishnu, Nahimaditu Visho, Sritahata, Kripatman, Vishwatman, Pavana Puravasim, Udayaman, Devolo, Rasimha Bhavan ki Jai. At that time, Hare Kwasau, Sagala Jagadatma Hariditi. Here at one question, it was the same thing. It was put by the commentators. Also, it is a brother Kasmat Sambhe Mr. I see Bhagavan in this very own pillar, which you have pointed. Sakala Jagadatma Haririti. He is everywhere. He is omnipresent. Hence, he will be in this pillar or pillar 2, which you have said. Rabinne Vastambam Salita Karabaro Dhisutaha. Atapastat Vishnu. Nahi Varitum. Ishos Sansa Kripatman Vishwatman Pavuravasim Neta. Narayana Bhattacharya also mentioned his own personal story that he couldn't write Disipa Avtara, even though he wrote all those avatars in just 10 slokas. But he had a doubt that whether to write Nrsimha Avatara or not, as my mind was very, very blank. I couldn't even think about you. By looking at your side form, I was floored. How could I write about you? And he wrote to him, Kripatman, please cover your mercy. Vishwatman, you are God of entire living beings. Pavanapura Vasin, oh Guruvairappa, Vidayamam, tell me, by telling him, what did Guruvairappa do? Guruvairappa took a form of Nrsimha, and first he rode like a lion. First he rode like a lion, and at last he showed him the divine form of how he slayed Hiranyakashipu and how he came out of the pillar. Tambe Gantayato Hiranyakashipu Karnau Savaturnayan Akurnam Jagadanda Kunda Guharo Gorastava Bhutrava Sutvayam Kiladitya Rajagazage Purvam Kadapi Asuvam Kampak Kastana Sambhava Tatarito Yambu Dabhu Vistara. The same thing Bhagavathar said thoroughly. Satyam Vidatum Prijabhitya Bhashitam Yaktim Sabhuteshu Akileshu Tatpana Adhishyata Atyatputa Rupa Mudvahanye Tambe Sabayam Nabrigam Namanusham. And that time, Hiranyakashipu thought that Prahlada told that the pillar, in this pillar, God would be there. By keeping that in mind, Hiranyakashipu hit the pillar with his strong fist. By hitting this pillar with a strong fist, it has shaken the whole world. It has shaken the whole world. All the devatas fell down to the Mother Earth. And the which position Brahma was standing, Brahma was sitting. Like a lightning hit on their own head, like that. So when the lightning hit on their own head, they couldn't tolerate this hit. It was hit intensely, and all the devatas fell down. And Brahma fell down, and Brahma's forest turned tangentially, and he also fell down in a unique way, as since he was sitting on a flower, as flower would be in a bottom position, and he would be sitting on the flower. Instead, he sat reversely. Flower was at the top position. Brahma was in the bottom position. He fell down from the ground. Even though he fell down from the ground, at the same time they were also amazed that Hiranyakashipu has met his day. He has tortured his own son Prahlada. Now he's counting his own. He was counting his own days. They all waited. They all curiously waited for Bhagavan's divine form. When at that time, first the lion roar came, and that has trembled Hiranyakashipu. And at the same time, his magnanimous form, which covered the three worlds. His first half of man face, of lion face, and second half of Sabbe Sabayam na Mrigam, neither lion nor a human being. First, his face was like a lion with mare and with mane, and Mrigam, the Manusam, half of the body, full was half of the body of cover was human. Like that, he showed his brain form with 100% radiance present in him, showing his divine form. Hiranyakashipu was first shocked. At the same time, he was scared of this weird form. He didn't even know that this was Vishnu, but he knew it was even Narayana himself, who was expert in taking this kind of disguises. And by looking at this Bhagavan's form, he fought with him, and he hugged him fiercely. Well, like how wrestlers would do. The same thing Hiranyakashipu did. With his bad hands, he hugged Nrsimha fiercely. And Nrsimha waited and had given him the space of fight for some time until the sun set. When the moment when the sun has set, when Nrsimha took risen Hiranyakashipu. He took Hiranyakashipu, he caught hold of Hiranyakashipu at that time and put him on his own lap and tore and ripped him apart, ripped his body apart, and drank the whole blood from Hiranyakashipu's heart, and at last put his flesh as his own garland. When he put his own garland, all those devatas ran here and there, hither and thither. They couldn't control Bhagavan's temper, and his anger was at peak. Since they were scared of Hiranyakashipu, he was the angel of death of Hiranyakashipu. Then how fierce would the angel of death of Hiranyakashipu would be? By looking at his fierce form, everyone ran. Even his consort Lakshmi Devi went back to Vaikunta by saying that this is not my husband's nature. So she also ran away. And all those devatas ran here and there, and they all called Parameshwara. They all called all those big higher authorities, devas, confront them, and they couldn't confront. They failed to confront. And at last, Brahma thought for a while the best way to confirm Nrsimha, as he came here to save Prahlada's birth, as well as to save Prahlada from Hiranyakashipu, who has been physically abused by Prahlada has been physically abused by Hiranyakashipu. To save him, for the case of Prahlada only, he took this fierce form. So our duty is to send Prahlada to Nrsimha. When he sent to Prahlada to Nrsimha, and Prahlada was at them. Papadamule patitam tamarpadam virokya devaha kripaya paripluto. And he accepted this with affection. He accepted this with an affirmative way. Virokya devaha kripaya, by seeing him with compassion, tears overflowing from Bhagavan's eyes himself. If Bhagavan was crying, that too, by keeping in mind how far Hiranyakashipu has tortured him, and I had made him suffer for a long period. At the time itself, I would have slayed him. I had seen him because he was the father of a big devotee. I had forgiven him so many years for the past, because he was a big father of a big devotee. By seeing him, I had tolerated. By keeping that in mind, Nrsimha's eyes, tears were overflowing, flowing so high. By at that time, Prahlada confronted him and he sang about Bhagavan's compassion, undivided compassion. Brahma Adaya Sura, that is Prahlada Stuti. Brahma Adaya Sura Ganaha Munayota Siddhaha Satvega Ganavayo Vatasam Pravahi Naraditum Purugune Adurapi Vitsuhu Kim Tostu Markhati Sate Harirukrajate. And Prahlada first mentioned how he was being welcomed by Bhagavan. Brahma Adaya Sura Ganaha Munayota Siddhaha. And Prahlada first talked about his qualifications. He was from a clan of Asuras. At Asuras by profession, they were engaged in Rajasa and Tamasa. They were being deluded by their own senses. As a result, they wasted their lives by worldly pleasures, by simply quarreling, gossiping, as well as invoking fight in the environment and invoking destruction in the environment, as well as created trouble to the rishis, as well as to their own cousin brothers, Devatas too. As a result, they ended their life in a miserable way. Like that, the Asura, like that, we are all from that Asura clan. But even though I am from the Asura clan, you have shown me utmost compassion. If, as I am not qualified to do bhakti, I am qualified to fight against you. I am qualified to lock horns with you. And how could you show that much recognition? How could you teach me how to do bhakti? As Brahma and other devatas, they also praised you and they also fell under your feet. Whatever trembles, whatever problems, whatever trauma which affects them, they also fall under your feet every time. 24/7, they always praise you. And by that time, when they praise at you, you didn't even recognize, you didn't pay heed to their prayer. At last, you are now praying to my prayer. Why? Because I had bhakti. And what are the ways to please Bhagavan? Which Prahlada said in next sloka. Manye dhanabhijana rupada pasutaucha teja prabhava bhalapaurusa buddhi yoga naradhararabi varayati parasya pumso bhaktyatutosha Bhagavan tadayutapaya manye dhanabhijana. To those people who had manpower, manye means manpower, dhana means wealth power, and Dana Rupa, who had a very good form, who had an admiration, who has his own admiration, that self-admiration, as he has a very good form, he is glamorous, he has been attracted by many girls. Dana Rupa, then Tapastutosha, and by penance, he had that much power. Those who had a self-admiration, that he had utmost power to control the world. Teja Prabhava, those who had overconfidence that he had utmost power, utmost high radiance, as well as high intelligence, that is enough for me to rule this world. To those who God appeared to him. Bhagavan said in Prahlada negation, to those who won't even show your face, to those who just neglect him, that since they have their own strength, let them manage this whole world. Let the worldwide in this whole world, just leave them to them. It's up to them to come towards me, to seek my blessings, to seek my grace. It's up to them. So Bhagavan leave them at their own respective position. Parasya Pumso, Bhaktya Tosha Bhagavan, by here he mentioned Gajendra Alva. How Gajendra has pleased Bhagavan. He didn't study any engineering college to gain that knowledge. How did he gain that exposed knowledge? Because of the previous karma which he did. He did puja to Sriman Narayana. He was a king, but one problem, what has made him as a king of elephants was because he didn't receive Agastya, his Guru Agastya, with due respect. And he neglected Agastya and he focused on Bhagavan's divine puja. And that was the reason, for him to be reborn as an elephant in his next birth. And at that time, when a crocodile caught him, he tried that the crocodile couldn't lure him. At the same time, the crocodile would be killed by his own feet. It was a tug of war between myself as well as the crocodile. At that time, immediately he thought, Bhaktiyadu Tosha Bhagavan Gatayutapaya. out of bhakti towards Sriman Narayana, which he worshipped you with divine form. He prayed to you. He prayed to you in. He prayed to you of your formless form. Yadara Paramam Chapyam Prag Janmani Vishiksham as in Bhagavatam. Previously, what he thought, he thought of that has came into his remembrance with the help of this thought. He praised your divine glory as in Bhagavatam. The Bhaktyadi Dosha Bhagavan, Gadil Utapaya. The Gajendra Alva had no qualification, and at last how he had been easily vouchsafed by Bhagavan's divine glory by saying that only by Bhagavan God will get pleased. This is the core value of this Prahlada Sthiti. By saying that Nrsimha was very pleased, and he asked him, "I'm 100% pleased by your bhakti, and I'm also pleased. I'm also very very happy that you aren't scared by this fierce form compared to those Devdas who ran away hither and thither." And he asked, and Bhagavan said, "What boon do you wish?" And Prahlada said, "My father asked many boons from Brahma." For what reason? To conquer death, he asked many boons from Brahma. And that is the reason has made him to attain such kind of state. And my prayers is, and you ask me what you want. My prayers is, I want satsanga. And I want my bhakti to flourish. And I want my bhakti to increase, like how a drop of oil yells from the container and it falls to the water, falls to the jar, the respective jar. The same thing, the bhakti must be very slow as well as very 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 soothing. I want my bhakti to be increased day by day. As well as I want that too what kind of bhakti? I want bhakti with no desires which my father had, and that desire has made him to attain such kind of state. And at last, I would also ask for forgiveness on behalf of my father for his tyrannical rule, for his for giving capital punishment to those mendicants, as well as he tortured the mendicants effortlessly, and as well as he tortured the devas too. For that, on behalf of him, I am asking him for apology. Which Bhagavan accepted his humble plea, and he said, "By your bhakti, you have cleansed their papa karma of your 20 artists, including your father. Your father is not an ordinary king. He was previously my servant. Because of this curse, he became an Asura king. And apart from that, even since you worshipped me with intimate devotion, and that devotion would bring your father to my abode itself. So your father himself has attained that Paramasthanapadam, has attained that Paramapadam, which I wanted to give to you." And he said, and at last Bhagavan coronated Prahlada as a king of Asuras, in which his hand himself acted as a crown to him, and from his eyes tears were overflowing, acted as a shower to him, and at last he made him the king of Bhakta, Bhakta Samrajya Chakravarti, as in Bhagavatam. He made him the king of Bhakta. And at last Narada said, the benefit of hearing Prahlada, and at last Narada said, the best, and Narada showed that this story was heard by Sriman Narayana himself. Lord Krishna heard this story by hearing Prahlada's story. From his eyes too tears overflowed from him, and he said, "Gudam Param Brahma Manushalingam." Don't limit Lord Krishna as your well-wisher. Gudam Param Brahma Manushalingam. He only came as Hiranyakashipu. He only took a disguise. He only came as Nrsimha, but he only took this fierce form in order to save Prahlada, as well as to teach Hiranyakashipu a big lesson. But he after Gudam Param Brahma Manushalingam, and don't get cheated, and don't get betrayed by his mere human form. And this Nrsimha is only Lord Krishna himself who came here to guide you, and he was attracted by your bhakti, and if, again he did not remember of Bhagavan's divine glory. And by saying this, Sukacharya told Parikshit the benefits of listening to the Prahlada Charitram those who listen to this Prahlada's Charitram in Nrsimha Avatara, for them, Sarvopiyam Samasitya Sakalam Putramasde. For them, all those problems will be dissolved, and as a result, good things will be imparted, as well as all those good things and all those things which appear to be a failure will be all auspicious to your own for their own well-being. As a result, Bhagavan will release them from karmic bondages, and one who daily reads this Prahlada story would attain Vaikuntha and will be a slave to Prahlada. By saying this, I would thank the audience just for giving me an opportunity to deliver this discourse. This should be done only by Nrsimha's grace and by Guru Kripa's grace. At last, I would wish you everyone happy Independence Day for concluding the speech, and thank you everyone for giving me an opportunity to speak. Gopika Jeevana Saranam Govinda Govinda Sadgurunath Maharaj Ki Jai. Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare. Prahlada Vardhani Ki Jai. Bolo Nrsimha Bhagwan Ki Jai.